Well, welcome back to Captain of Industry. This is Frogman, and I've done a little bit of work, just a teeny tiny amount of work in between episodes. I've also done a little bit of tweaking with my recording software because apparently people have to make changes on you when you're trying to do things when you're not paying attention. So yes, hopefully from now on the audio should be a little better. I am well aware that I am a very small YouTuber and well aware of the fact that the majority of everything I do is my hobby. So yeah, we do what we do with what we have because we can. I have done a small amount of rework to the central portion of the manufacturing system because we did get up the ability to craft the construction part number twos, which are the basis of all of the early game belts. So the Mark 1, whatever you want to call them, belts, and well, click on the button here. Flat conveyors as well as the loose conveyors are, at least at this early point in time, all available through these. Even the lifts, as we're going to be able to see here, and all this stuff is kind of fun stuff. So we're going to look at it here in a second. We have completed all of our research, at least for the first part, that is free. So all of this central section, or this beginning section, what I'm calling the beginning section, is now done, because from here on out, now that we have completed the research lab 1, which will require us to make lab equipment, we are now going to have to start producing stuff in order to make things work. So this is a point when I'm going to stop producing science. So I have our labs kicked off. I have the boost that was set prior to because of the food. I have that kicked over to reduce maintenance right now by 15%, because that's where we need to go as far as some of this stuff is concerned. And I am at a point right now where we're going to have to start doing a little bit more work producing materials. So I decided it was time to come say hi. So again, we have done a little bit of just a simple little bit of, rejigging of things. I've moved the storages back away just a little bit from our assemblies, and I have connected just a few of the the belts back up. Conveyors, I guess I should start to call them conveyors instead of belts. This is not Factorio. And we've done a little bit of automation. Essentially, all this does is, in this game, your early logistics are the trucks. When you can get away from using trucks to having a consistent amount of, delivery to everything, then that means you're using your trucks at their capacity, meaning they're hauling the most amount of stuff that they can to a inventory, keeping this inventory filled, and then the inventory will then keep the conveyors filled up with materials to keep your assemblies happy, to then let the assemblies do some work, to do some things. So as it sits right now, we've got a decent amount of the construction parts Mark 1, or at least construction part number 1. I guess this is number 1. These are number 1s. These are number 1s. These are number 1s. No, that's number 1s. Those are electronics. Parts 2. So we've managed to get a little bit of that going, and I'm using a very small amount of logic, as always. These are some of the things that I mentioned prior to. This belt balancer will allow, or the flat balancer as well as the loose balancers will allow you to designate which direction you want things to go prior to wherever, even so much as if you want to, you could designate a specific priority in, so that only one thing will come in at a time. Not that it really matters, but essentially what this does is our little system here should theoretically create the construction parts 1 before they create any construction parts 2, because I'm giving the output here as the, say this output here facing towards the storage here is our priority out, which means any leftovers will go this way. That should help to at least keep this box full before trying to fill this box. So we're slowly working on this issue. This has also, again, laid us out with the ability, because of the fact we can do these cool little things. Let me go and put it on the slow mode real quick. The lifters, the lifts, whatever you want to call these things, the lifts, they do not require upgrading once you put them in place. So the belts eventually will be able to upgrade into various levels of belts. Once you have lifts in place, they all kind of do the work. Again, you can kind of make this however you want to. This is just how we're going to start making an ugly belt nesting nasty mess. This is going to be along the lines of Satisfactory or the Dyson Sphere program. You guys have probably all seen that, or at least on my channel you guys have seen Satisfactory. So we're going to end up with a really ugly tall stack of conveyors after a little while, maybe. Just all depends. But at least this way we can kind of cut down on the truck traffic, since we only have 25. And out of those 25, I believe, 2, 4, 6, 7. I can probably knock back on this one at this point because I don't think I need this many excavators working coal. We should be good for right now. But yeah, good, more than probably half of our trucks are busy doing the excavating kind of thing. So we're going to go ahead and hit pause because we're once again coming up on a turning point where we're going to have to start doing some more fun things. In the background again, I did a little bit of work here as well, so we now have 2 of the loose storages set up. Hello phone, go away, to help our blast furnace stay full, and a loose storage here that will help collect the slag off of this so that this thing should be running non-stop, trying to keep this one particular unit storage filled. And I went ahead and turned this around. This is not the final design as far as these are going to go. We're going to be, well, this unfortunately, I believe this particular playthrough, I'm probably going to refactor quite a few times, given the fact that, well, we're going to end up leveling probably all of this area. Like I said, our next step is going to be jumping into copper, but like our next big pile of iron is back here, and I'm going to have to make up my decides when we cut through this mountain. Do we cut through the mountain to that iron, or do we go around the mountain? Do we go over the mountain? I mean, we could build a trail that would go up and over the mountain and bring it around. Copper, again, going to be over here. There's a kind of a little narrow area right here. I think we could build a ramp down into there, but again, then we have some more coal over here. There's lots of different things that we can do. I guess there's even iron right here as well. But the main probable portion of where this base is going to live is going to be, I'm assuming, probably from about like maybe the middle of this area all the way down through all of this and all the way over here. What is this stuff? Is this coal? Where's your button? Before we get busy building things, is that tungsten? What is this? Titanium, tungsten, same difference. Yeah, there's not a whole lot there, is there? Huh. Wow. Yeah, there's not a whole lot there. I guess it is what it is on that part. Okay, so what we have to do today, since I've managed to do a bunch of goofing around and getting at least this to the point where these trucks are no longer doing a lot of the work, we do need to turn on this little assembly here, which is also going to then start providing a little bit of the electronics. I'm going to be removing this unit storage here fairly soon, and actually I probably should just go ahead and get rid of it because we're going to pull a belt off of this, a conveyor, a lift off of this, probably run it through here so that it fades back and over to there. This is one of those problems where this type of automation game, based on some of the other ones, gets to be a little chunky and rather large fairly quickly, and doing bus-based builds requires you to do a considerable amount of area. So for a long time we're going to be using nothing but trucks to move things around, although there's going to be some small little deals like this. Once we get a reasonable, well, I should say, once I get a considerable amount of continuous production of both rubber and copper, then we can start caring about some of the other things. So how are we doing on trees? We should be okay on trees for the moment. I think the other thing I do want to do, since I do have enough of this stuff before we get too excited, I do like to keep, where is it, a unit storage in the reasonable area where we're cutting trees. That way that the tree cutting trucks are not hauling things all over the place. These will tend to move around as things go. So it is kind of how that's going to work, at least as far as is concerned. And our landfill is slowly growing. It's going to be nice. We'll be fine. All right, so first big problem is going to be our rubber production, which we only currently have 26 rubber. We have a reasonable amount of copper, so I'm going to put off the copper production right now, but we're going to be doing this almost immediately. So rubber, first off, we're going to have to tap into this ugly mess that I put down because I thought I was being smart about something. I should have placed this fuel station over here instead of where I did, because rubber, if we were to click on our system here and we do rubber's made currently for us right now in a rubber maker using fuel and coal. Well, fuel and coal is sitting right here. My rubber maker was supposed to go right there. Well, that doesn't work for us. So what we're going to do is I'm going to Control C this thing, and I'm going to put it over here I suppose about like a so. I'm going to queue this up. I'm going to queue this up. And we're going to demolish, sadly. That should have copied the truck over. Good. Thank you very much. Unpause. And then Control C, a little bit of stuff. That'll work there. We're also going to build an extra diesel generator because things are starting to get a little bit squirrely. And go. So you, unfortunately, I think we can actually do something kind of like this. If I pause that pipe, and you get unassigned, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so you should be running on production priority. I want you to be like 5, and I want you to be like 6. That way this will only run when it needs to. That way we're not wasting fuel and we're not doing other things. That pipe, by pausing this pipe, that should allow us to do some more stuff. Now, some more stuff. That should keep the fuel from going into the fuel port so that we don't waste any fuel. It's not that you waste the fuel, it's that they'll put the fuel in here and then you have to figure out how you're going to deal with it. So, next step, I want to build some rubber, excuse me. So that's a polymerization plant. Actually, just go in the spot over here. Crude oil refining, rubber maker. Now, rubber making right now is going to be basically pretty simple, easy stuff. I might even see if it'd sneak in. No, it won't. Well, as soon as this is empty, I guess we'll just do this. As soon as this is empty, then we'll go from there. This we are waiting on these parts right here to complete. So I guess what I should do then is, well, I'm going to go ahead and dump off. Oh boy, we have a lot of this stuff we've got to do. I'm going to remove 2 trucks from here and 1 excavator. We're going to come clear over here to the copper. And where is the trucks? Trucks. Logistics, not logistics. Where is this thing? It should be mine control tower. I'm so glad they put in that this little functionality. So we're going to do a mine control tower at this copper right here, and it can go ahead and get on pause. I've been playing on planning mode mainly because I don't feel like them biting me in the tail like they've done a couple of times already. And then we're going to do 1, 1, 2, and I think this one we're just going to edit the area, and I think I can just do this. Yeah, we're going to do something about like that. And again, I want to flatten into this area so that they're not driving up and down hills and whatnot and things. And however, so let's see, flatten terraforming, level designation from about right there. Just dig kind of like that, fellas. We'll be okay. That'll work. And of course, we also need a ore sorting plant, which we will place, I guess, about right here. And all of that can get built. Go. Oh, nope. I didn't want to do that. Pause it. Well, I guess go ahead. Oops. And I guess while you're at it, do that. That Unity button, once you get to be playing with it, it's pretty dangerous, especially considering we need this stuff right now. So you are going to be set to pick up as much copper ore as you can. This is going to be select proper core, like say, so copper ore, dirt, and rock. And I may designate a new dumping area too. That's a long way for them to be dragging stuff. So we may end up maybe like build another designation area out here, which I think we could probably redesignate this one. How big of an area can I make for you? You guys have got that whole area flat right now, right? Yes. Okay. Can I manage to get this to do... No, I want the rectangle thingy. Thank you very much. You're drawing your weird lines is weird. Can I do that? I can. And I keep going. Can I go from right here to... Okay, so the max I can go that distance is out to there. All right, cool. Now, why I want to do that is this is going to be our sand production. This is going to be our sand pit for a while, and these beaches can go quite a ways down. I mean, you can kind of see the lines all the way out, all the way down here. We're going to be needing to dig as much of this up as we possibly can when the time comes. So the first thing I want to be doing, aside from filling in this corner of the world, is filling in this beach. So I want to set terraforming while everybody's busy building stuff. Hey, let go. Quick, out of there, kill. Nice. Leveling designation. I need to level it from, so we don't have to dig a whole bunch of this up. We will dig from about maybe. Can I get down here to see where we are? We're at level 1 there. Go up level 0 and just draw a line. You're going to do what I think you're going to do, aren't you? I don't want you to do that. Hang on a second. Quit doing that. I didn't ask you to do that. I said this. Hang on a second. It's doing something dumb, and I didn't want it to do this. I guess we could do dumping designation. Flat. About right there. Okay. Yeah. That looks good to me. So something about like this. We're gonna take this clear to there, all the way to the edge. Like just keep dragging it, because like I said, we're gonna end up probably doing an awful lot of this kind of functionality. I do understand that's going to require me to dig most of this sand back up, but for now, I'm going to just do the biggest, ugliest thing I possibly can, which is start burying this stuff. Okay. So that the trucks over here should, or at least we should have a dump spot over there now to be able to do some things, which means I can then take another one of these and place it. No, I don't need to because it's over here. Yeah, cool. So then all I got to do there is we'll leave these guys alone, and this one we will take the... We've got to build a couple of other things here. I'm going to have to put some more stuff on the end of this one. For right now, I'm not going to worry about it. They're just going to do what they can do, and hopefully that will get us a little bit of copper going in this system, and then this should be closer than this, so they should, whatever, we'll be able to, the trucks that will be assigned to this here fairly soon will be dumping this in here. My goal here fairly soon, what is this, is out of fuel. Good. That means you can get disassembled and build the thing behind you. Thank you very much. And when they disassemble this, they'll then be able to rebuild that right there, and then we should be fine. I hope. Go ahead and just do it. I'm going to go ahead and... no, don't pause. Just do it, please. And then once those get put away, I'm just going to tell this one, build. And build. And build. Cool. So then we should be back to normal, decent size normal. This is going to have a truck that should be assigned to it that can now do whatever it needs to do. That will fill up full of diesel fuel, and we should be on our way. Now, you guys, I want you to start working on rubber, which is going to be our big problem. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, guys. I meant to have that sorted a long time ago, and I didn't. We're going to bulldoze most of that pipe, I think. Okay, just go ahead and pull it. I don't care. And rubber maker, can I flip you over so that you don't get in the way of that other pipe? You go about there. You go right there. Then you can go there. Yeah? Alright, and then we'll unpause all of that, and they can build that as they feel. And we will place a rubber containment thingy facility right here. And then this pipe. Nope. Copy pipe. Did that jump up and over all of those? It did. Why did you do that? I purposely moved you out of the way so you didn't do that. Hang on a minute. Do not do that. I want to do this. Thank you. And then unpause that one section. And unpause this section. Thank you. Unpause you. So that means we can also then take this pipe and deliver it. That is awful. No. See, this is when the fun part goes, because I took it the wrong way. I should have stuck this over a little bit further. Actually, we can do that right now. I don't believe anybody's done anything, right? So if I go Control X and do this and scoot you over, sure. And then we can grab the pipe from here, bring it around, and I'm going to take it to about there, and then just let it auto-connect however it feels from there. That was a little easier than dragging it around all over the place. Cool. All right, so then we can unpause all that. Go boop, boop. Nope, that I said unpause. Wrong thing. This button. I know. I need to remember to learn the key bindings. And then we need one of these right there. And unpause that, please. Good. And I'm just going to let them build those as they can, because we are getting dangerously low on rubber. But the fuel was a little bit more important. So how are we doing over here? As soon as we start to get a little bit of copper material, which we don't have any yet, they should start to see some here pretty soon. Why are you up on top of the hill? You come down here. They will get stuck trying to climb this mountain. I want you to stay down here while you're digging, dingbat. Thank you. All right, cool. So we should start to see some copper ores show up here fairly soon. And as soon as we do, we can start laying out the next thing. So how are we doing over here? I think once the... Yeah, I have plenty of copper coming in. Once we have the rubber going, we should be good to go at that point. Go ahead and import that. Just get it out of there. They'll get it all done. I suppose I probably should rip some of these out, but we're just gonna, upgrade those over, just right over on top of each other. How are we doing? We should have all the things we need at this point, other than the electronics. How much do we have here? As soon as those are done, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that, I think. All right, the pipes are in. That one little belt needs to be completed. I will help you finish that because, sure, and could you please just come out of the way? This needs to get filled up. Good deal. You'll get there sorted. And, all right, so set recipe. We're going to have you do this one, which should immediately start making rubber for us. Nice. And then I can, I guess as a beginning spot here, since we have a few of these, unit storage, and I'm doing these at a distance of 5 in between each other, or the width of a regular unit storage, because that allows you to build the belts that you need to build, so that you can get the 2 spaces for the upright, or the lifts, plus the single space through the center that you need. Did kind of screw this one up. I think this one is 4. It doesn't really matter. This side is not going to be anything major. And again, this is just to get us started. That's all this is for. Rubber, build, and you please help them not having to drive all over the place. And yeah, whatever. It's fine. Why are you all the way over here? Give me this. There we go. Nice. Cool. As soon as we get that done, then we can start turning on vehicles, I think, because we do have a reasonable amount of copper. So as soon as they deliver those, put it back on like medium speed. I think we can do medium for right now. You guys will build that for us. Hopefully, sometime today. Okay. And then they should go say, we need that filled all the way up. And if I feel like it, I can then send a thing from here to there. For right now, we're not going to worry about that too much. You should be all right. I think the biggest problem right now is coal. Probably because I forgot to do something, didn't I? I did. Import route, add one. You go there, please. And then they'll fill that back up. Now, eventually what we will end up doing is all of the major supplies, like all of these major supply spots like this, will likely have a truck assigned to them, and they will deliver to the various areas that need to go so that that one truck's job will be to just do that one thing. For right now, the only things that are allowed to do anything are, well, the only things that are doing things specifically are the ones working in the mines. We have no food. Lovely. Well, we have 12 months of food. I suppose I don't need this or that right now. Must have had a dry spell. Oh, it's because I decided I wanted to do this silliness. How about we're going to do this? We're going to put vegetables in there and vegetables in there, and then it can cycle. And then we'll also say, oh, we can only do one of these in the food market, can't we? Means I got to build another food market. And I also need to get some wire lines built between here and there. Once we get that done, we can build stuff between here and there that will feed that, so they won't have to be doing that either. Once you get belts, it's just basically about you trying to, belts, conveyors, whatever, about you trying to just get to where your trucks are not doing all of the little bitty back and forth things, so they're hauling full inventories of stuff to an inventory. Because otherwise they're just going to be like, well, this is going to get low. It needs 1 rubber and, 4 copper. So they're going to just move that small amount over here. I should have probably moved that rubber sideways, but it's fine. You guys can do that one. And then boop. I don't know why. Click, click, and Copper. Keep full. Thank you. I'd much rather them be hauling an entire inventory over here than 2 or 3 things. It's just a waste of fuel at that point. So we should be good. You guys are doing the work here. You're going to haul a batch of that over there. Eventually we're going to run a pipe all the way over there. Eventually we're going to have pipes and conveyors and tracks everywhere. But for now, this is what we're doing. So let's see. So last thing we need to work on, I think, now that we have rubber going, is copper. And I'm going to kind of say for right now, we're just going to build copper kind of in line with this particular thing here. I understand that's a truck of having to drive all the way the heck over here. But right now, that's what we're going to have to do. Until we can get trains, we're going to be trucking our materials closer to where their end use needs to be. So let's go ahead and figure on how to do some of this. I should be able to copy. Let me think. Copper is funner than this, right? Copper is copper ore from a impure copper, so copper electrolysis, that's right. Meaning we're going to have to move water. That's how I remember this now. It's been a minute. You're going to have to give me a minute. We're going to have to be lazy about some of this until we have a lot of little teeny tiny parts. Because those really only require iron and wood and concrete. So in reality, we can do things. What is this? Oh, you're full. What are you full of? Sure. I need to tell you that you can stop. Shush for just a second. I need to tell an export route. I'm going to have to put a thing on this, aren't I? Well, I guess this is going to be the first one we're going to design to do something. Let's do the fun stuff. You need because we've done all this other little things that are going on at this point. Oh, I know what the deal is. I probably didn't tell this one it can dump things, did I? Now, you can dump this, and you can dump this, and you can dump this, and tell me when you can't dump that. Thank you. Okay, I understand it's full, but someone should come get it. What are we full of? Huh. Okay, neat. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some serious work here. So as soon as we get a couple of these other things going, oh yeah, and I forgot I wanted to build that. Go ahead and do this. I'll just have it build it itself. Food should be going up slowly since I turned it on to do this. And the big problem now is I probably need to build one of these as well. Go ahead and just blow that out and unpause it. And then you can be vegetables should they be able to do anything. That way we've got them. We'll get an upgrade later on for these that will allow us to do more than one particular thing. But at least this way, if they manage to raise some vegetables, we'll put some veggies in the deal. And then they'll have two things, and we'll get a small bonus for food on that. So that'll help out a little bit. Okay, more vehicles. More vehicles need to show up. We need to go ahead and work on this part right here. So I'm going to just Control-C this, and I'm going to move it over probably about right. We'll put that on the line right there. For right now, we're going to have separate slag control. And then those are going to be, sure, you are going to be not iron ore, but copper ore, and you can get rid of this. Your import route will be this. I'm going to have to put a thing down, aren't I? Yeah, we need to. Hang on. Building on camera, it's so much fun. Let's see, we're going to do this. And you can just go ahead and get built. Mining designations in the area. Did we finally get that area leveled? Kind of. Does it look nice and level? Sure. I think, aside from the pile of trash we parked right there, I think we're good on that schedule. I think we're going to go ahead then and tell this one, well, we can definitely scoot it over and keep leveling. How much iron is right here? We're good to go. I'm fine. Let's do this. Undo you, and you can have an extra excavator and one more truck for right now. Brought that all the way out there for us. Lovely. So your import is going to go to, no, sign route. Thank you. I know that's going to be a long way to go, but you're going to go right there. Okay, and go ahead and unpause this. So you're not going to do any of these. Boop, boop. You're going to do this specifically for right now. And then they should be able to build all of those. And then finally, what we're going to be looking at here is this is going to produce 24 molten copper per minute. 24 molten copper per minute needs to go into a smelting facility, which should be metal casting. So it's going to be, again, two of the same thing here. I guess I could have just copied those too, huh? So can I get that? Thank you, guys. You guys are not going to do iron. You're going to do copper. And I guess I need to learn to remember to use the pipette tool. There's a lot of things I need to do. I think it's even you. Neat. Okay, cool. And then they'll build those. Biggest problem now is I'm going to have to bring water from over there over to here. Not looking forward to our first long pipeline, but hey, how much of this stuff do we have? Not much. We're going to have to wait on those a little bit. Assuming, actually, we could theoretically build a tank over here and have the trucks truck that stuff over for right now. How full are you and why not? Why no? There you go. Okay. Please, empty all of that. Yeah, we need some more trucks. Way more trucks. Tree harvester is no longer functional. Tree harvester, I need you. Where are you? You need to get back to work, so we need to do forestry tree designation. Chop trees right there, please. Thank you. I guess chop every tree down here. That's fine. Might leave that one just for giggles. Yeah, we'll just leave that one for fun. Did we end up with any vegetables? We did. Good. We have 17 vegetables, which means we should be getting a bonus on our... Yeah, nice. Oh, go ahead and just complete that, please. Stop doing all the driving. We're at a point I need to turn this on, I suppose. Let's just do the thing then. Unpause all of this, and then I'm just gonna go, ouch. Okay, what are we waiting on? We're waiting on all of those to happen. I think I'm going to go ahead and just have this be priority number like 5 for right now, just so that we can build a few of these so we can get this done. What are we short on here? Synthetic rubber. Okay, so that got us some rubber and some concrete. Build another assembly to produce vehicle parts. Oh, it will be in a second. And then we have all of this copper refinement things going on. The repair shipyard is going to cost us what? 100 of those. We don't have those right now. Okay. Well, I'm going to let this stuff build up, and I will get back with you guys once we have this sorted and this sorted. All right, it's a little janky, but we do have it going. We have a completed mine coal, completed setup conveyor belts, completed several different things, and now we're out of power, but that's fine. So I have to have with the way this works, we have 2 regular metal casters that produce impure copper that then needs to have to be run through a copper electrolysis in order to clean the copper, which kind of interesting to me because electrolysis... I don't know what you would be doing to... I know how this process works. It just kind of doesn't make any sense to me, but okay. Which is using a little bit of water. This is just part of the quest in order to be able to complete it. If you look into the copper production, it asks you to connect it to another one of these. We will be digging this up, although I'll probably just leave it there for now. Digging it up, deconstructing it. And we do have a tank here as well as another tank that I placed in over here that they'll be able to move things back and forth. So I can do this to there if I so choose. I think does not like it. Apparently they can't drive in this little section right here because they can't make it in here either. Doesn't matter. It's okay. We'll just get rid of that one. Nope. Just get rid of it. Doesn't matter. Go away. It's fine. We'll be good to go. We have a whole bunch of things to quest. Okay, so fuel and more parts, fuel and more parts, more parts plus some stuff there for some vehicles, more parts, construction 2, more concrete, and copper production, a little bit of that, and that. So looks like we're good to go for right now. I think we're going to let this roll a little while. I'm going to probably, again, in between episodes, probably not going to do a whole heck of a lot much more for this. I may build one more farm, but I'm going to have to cut all these trees out for right now in order to make this work. I'm just going to slowly accumulate parts, probably stack a few of these things behind each other just so that they can all get nice and filled up, and then we can have a little bit of fun next time. So I will see you all later. Thank you so much for watching. We're moving our way slowly through, and I think next time we'll be working on the next level of science. So see y'all later.